That's when you know you've gone really far away from stand-up. You got fangs and you biting Angela Bassett. I'm like, okay, now, I think we got a little off track here.
Yeah, during his Netflix documentary, Being Eddie, Murphy had no problem laughing at himself and his 1995 movie Vampire in Brooklyn. But 30 years ago, it was no laughing matter for Eddie when David Spade poked fun at the film's disappointing box office results on Saturday Night Live.
Look, children, it's a falling star. Make a wish. Yes, that's right.
The audience there said boo and hissed him for saying it, right?
I made fun of him, and it didn't go well.
My feelings was hurt. It was like, yo, I'm from the same. It's like your alma mater taking a shot at you, at my career.
And being a former cast member, Eddie is aware of the levels of approval that SNL material has to go through.
The joke had went through all of those channels that the joke has to go through, and then he was on the air saying, catch a falling star. So I wasn't like David Spade. I was like, oh, SNL.
Well, it still was F. David Spade because...
And he called me and we had it out. Actually, he had it. I didn't fight back, really. And then, because I did feel a little guilty about it. And he did make some sense.
Yo.
It was weird going from being a super fan to having him hate me overnight and to try to win him back for the last 20 years.
And Eddie vowed to never set foot in Studio 8H again.
How y'all gonna do this shit? Hey, y'all, that's what y'all think of me? Oh, you dirty motherfucker. I was like that.
Well, 24 years later, when Eddie was ready to stage a somewhat comeback for himself, he went back to where it all began and decided to bury the hatchet.
SNL is part of my history. I need to reconnect with that show because that's where I come from. That little friction that I had with SNL was 35 years ago.
24 years ago. Because 1995, and then Eddie hosted SNL in 2019. Now, granted, if that audio is Eddie talking in 2025, then it's been 30 years since, the joke, but not 35.
I don't have no smoke with no David Spade.
I've seen him once or twice. We're all good.
I don't have any heat or any of that with nobody.
And while David was not SNL when Eddie hosted in 2019, they did cross paths this past February.
I walked past him on the way into the show, and he put his arm back and blocked me. And so I had to say hi and give him a hug. He was super cool. Everything bad has evaporated. There's absolutely no anything anymore. Then I saw him at the 50th, and we talked a little bit, and everything's fine.
I mean, it was a fair joke. Like, Eddie had starred in a string of hits, and then Vampire in Brooklyn didn't do so well. So his star power, fell a little bit in that circumstance. It bounced right back the next year with The Nutty Professor, but no, in that moment, in December 1995, Eddie's, starred, got a little dimmer a little bit with Vampire in Brooklyn.
Look, children, it's a falling star. Make a wish.
And of all people, like Eddie Murphy, like of all the jokes he's made about other people, like he should be able to take a hit himself. Come on. But what'd you think of Eddie's rage after David Spade's joke and eventually letting it go 24 years later so he could really use SNL to help facilitate his comeback?
But obviously people get mad. I mean, it's human nature if someone goes a little too rough on you.